கனெக்ட் ஆகுது ஆக்சுவலாக அந்த இது ஸ்க்ரீன் பஃபர் ஆகிட்டே இருக்காது.
இல்லை மதான் நீ அந்த இது ஸ்ட்ரீம் லேப் ஓப்பன் பண்ணணும்.
இந்த ஓப்பனில் தான் இருக்குது அந்த ஸ்ட்ரீம் லேப். ஓகே ஸ்ட்ரீம் லேப் ஓப்பன்
நீங்கள் பண்ணுற அதே ஸ்டைலில் பண்ணுங்க.
ஸ்ட்ரீம் கீ வேறு காப்பி பண்ணணுமா? அது நீங்கள் நியூவாக க்ரியேட் பண்ணிங்க.
ஆமாம் கனெக்ட் ஆகலை. ஸ்ட்ரீம் கீ கனெக்ட் ஆகலை ப்ராப்பராக.
இல்லை
இந்த யூடியூப் போய் பாருங்க சார். ஸ்டேட்டஸ் எல்லாம் வேறு ஏதாவது லைவ் போயிட்டு இருக்கான்னு பாருங்க.
இது பாருங்க வரல. பாருங்க ஸ்ட்ரீமில் கொடுத்தாலும் அந்த ஸ்ட்ரீம் கீ எப்படி அது நீங்க பாரு.
You cannot change these settings when you are in live.
ஆக்சுவலாக கனெக்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு, ஏன் பஃபர் ஆகிட்டே இருக்குன்னு தெரியல.
Started. Started.
சரி சார். Hello, am I audible? Yes, good evening. Am I audible? Hello, am I audible to everyone? Yes, Sanjay, good evening.
Started.
Am I audible? Am I audible? Please respond. Yes, I am audible, right? Screen is visible. Hari Vishal. Yes. So far I just gave an introduction to machine learning. So whatever I discussed so far, everything is clear, right? I just gave an introduction to machine learning. So what do you mean by machine learning? And I am going to discuss with you about some applications. So what are all the important terminologies? So far whatever I have spoken, everything is clear, right? I gave an introduction to machine learning and what are all the important terminologies used in machine learning. Yes, I am audible. Yeah. So next I am going to discuss with you about different applications of machine learning. So why we have to do automation? So what is the use of machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science? So what are all the real-time applications of machine learning? For example, in Netflix movie recommendation sites, this is one important application of machine learning. Many people, they are coming and searching for different types of movies. Some are searching for humorous movies, adventurous movies, detective movies. So based on the search pattern of different customers, I am going to train the machine learning models and they are going to make some important predictions. This is one real-time application of machine learning. Based on the training given to the machine learning model, they are going to make some important predictions. So machines, they are going to, based on the search pattern of different customers or different people, they are searching for different types of movies. Some are searching for humorous movies, some are searching for adventurous movies, detective movies. So based on the training given to the machine learning model, it is going to predict what is going to happen in the future. And in Facebook applications, so what are all the different applications where I can go apply this technology? So why this technology is growing at a very, very fast rate? So automation, wherever I have data, the world is evolving around data. Everything is becoming online. A huge volume of data is being generated. So I'm going to collect the data. I'm going to analyze the data and I'm going to make some important predictions. What is hidden inside the data? And Facebook application. This is one more important application of machine learning. Many Facebook groups are there in academic institutions, or say for example, if you are a part of a corporate company, so everywhere you have some Facebook groups. So based on the search pattern of different people, so in which group they are searching for. So when the same person he is going to come in, the machines, they are going to the machine learning models, they are going to give him some prediction result. Say for example, he is searching for a specific, he is a part of an organization. I am an employee of Pantech. So whenever I am going to come in, so I am going to get the relevant results. Who are all the people involved in this organization? So it is going to save the time and effort of the people. So based on, say for example, they are searching for a particular group, particular company or particular group or academic institution. So when the same person is going to come in, the machine learning models, they are going to give them the correct prediction results. This is one important real-time application of machine learning. Facebook friends suggestion. And PayPal. So what do you mean by PayPal? Many fraudulent transactions, as I told you, right? What it can be applied across a variety of sectors. So wherever we have huge volumes of data in financial, banking sectors, or you can go for some other type of industries. Whatever may be, wherever I have data, so you can go for, you can apply this machine learning technology in order to make some important predictions. And PayPal, fraudulent transactions. Many types of frauds are happening. Credit card frauds, loan frauds. So when the machine learning models are trained, so they are going to predict when the same type of fraud occurs, they are going to predict something and we are going to get the relevant results. Based on the type of frauds that is occurring, the machine learning model will be trained and we are going to get the correct prediction results. This is one important real-time application of machine learning. And in Uber app, so many online cabs or so many people, if I give the starting location, ending location, the machine learning model will be trained. So based on the training, it will give the shortest route possible from the starting location to the destination. So say for example, I want to reach this specific destination. So based on the training given to the machine learning model, it is going to give me the best possible route, the shortest route possible. This is one more important real-time application of machine learning. So see the variety of industries. So it is going to attract that is hospitals. It can be applied for disease prediction, movies, movie recommendation, Netflix, that is Facebook recommendation, friends group, fraudulent transactions. So in case of, as I told you, right, and in gaming, so real-time application, this is one more. Virtual reality is growing at a very, very faster rate. So this is one more important real-time application of machine learning. Clear? So what are all the different applications? So why this technology? What makes this technology so popular? So we have different types of technologies. So why artificial intelligence is growing at a very, very fast rate? What are all the different things that human beings are doing? We are trying to train the machines to act like human beings. All these are the important real-time applications of machine learning. So far, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear. So why we have to go for this machine learning? So what makes this technology so powerful when compared to other technologies? So what is artificial intelligence? The world is booming around this technology. Artificial intelligence. It is nothing but human-like brains, driverless cars. So based on the road conditions, based on the mapping, routes. So driverless cars, it is emerging at a very, very fast rate. And face recognition software. All these are important applications of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Next, I am going to discuss with you about the different types of machine learning. So what are all the different types of machine learning? So basically we have three different types of machine learning. One is called as a supervised machine learning model. One more is called as an unsupervised machine learning. And the third one is called as reinforcement learning. All these are the different types of machine learning. So in whichever way we are going to train the machine learning model. So based on the way we are training, so how the machine learning model trains, and we are going to get the relevant prediction result. All these are the different types of machine learning. Under supervised learning, we have two different types of supervised learning. One is called as a classification problem and one more is called as a regression problem. And under unsupervised learning, we have two different types. One is called as a clustering and one more is called as an association. All these are the different types of machine learning models. Clear with this? So what do you mean by supervised learning? From the name you can just understand. So why we have to go for different types of machine learning models? So based on the problem, first we need to look at the type of problem and accordingly we have to go for different types of machine learning models. We can go for supervised learning or we can go for unsupervised learning. And the third type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. So what do you mean by supervised learning? So whenever the machine learning model learns in the presence of a supervisor or a teacher under some guidance, a supervisor. So in a factory there will be a supervisor, a person who is going to monitor the work of his co-employees or sub-workers. He is called as a supervisor. Similarly, what do you mean by supervised machine learning? So whenever the machine learning model learns in the presence of a supervisor or a teacher under some labeled data samples, it is the important technical term you should understand. So what do you mean by labeled data? What do you mean by a label? For example, when I am having some notebooks or some other things, it is like an identifier, a label. So with the help of known data samples, technically it is called as labeled data. So whenever I am speaking about supervised learning, labeled data, this is the important technical term you should understand. With the help of labeled data or known data samples, I am going to train the machine learning models. So when something unknown comes in, it compares the unknown data with the known data and I am going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as supervised learning. And what do you mean by unsupervised learning? So in case of unsupervised learning, only the raw data points are given. Only the input data is provided. Based on the raw data points, the machine learning model finds the pattern hidden inside the data and it is going to make some important predictions. This is what is called as unsupervised learning. There is no supervisor or teacher, unlabeled data, raw data points, unsupervised. So whenever I am going for unsupervised, unlabeled data points. So unlabeled, it is the important technical term you should understand. And one more type of machine learning is reinforcement learning. So what do you mean by this reinforcement learning? So based on hit and trial method. So again and again I am going to train the machine learning model. So based on the training, I am going to get a positive. So whenever it predicts correctly, I am going to get a reward. Otherwise, the machine learning model will be punished. This is what is called as reinforcement learning. So driverless cars, so robots, so all these are examples of reinforcement learning. And supervised learning, for example, as I told you, right, many real life problems exist. For example, disease prediction. With changing lifestyle, many types of diseases are spreading. So any type of disease prediction, it comes under supervised learning model. And unsupervised learning, for example, many types of crime occurs. So I want to analyze the crimes and I want to group them into different categories. So I have only the raw data points. I have a collection or a mixture of different types of crimes. Say for example, it can be a theft, robbery, rape or other type of crimes. So it takes the raw data points, unlabeled data. I don't know this is robbery or this is rape or this is some other type of crime. I have a mixture of different types of crimes. The machine learning model takes the input data samples, the unlabeled data samples. It finds the pattern hidden inside the data and it is going to make some important prediction result. This is what is called as unsupervised learning model. Clear? So all these are the different types of machine learning. So first I need to look at the type of problem. So as I told you, right, so what is the use of machine learning? It is nothing but problem solving. How I'm going to solve a problem? First I need to look at the type of problem. Based on the type of problem, I can go for different types of machine learning models. Different types of machine learning techniques or different types of machine learning models. Clear? The first one is a supervised learning. As I told you, right, with the help of labeled data points, known data, or you can say labeled data points, I am going to train the machine learning model. So when something unknown comes in, it compares the unknown data with the known data and I am going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as supervised learning. Say for example, I have some known data samples. For example, I am giving this apple samples. I know these are apples. So this is a known response. With the help of this known data samples, the machine learning models are trained. So I am going to train the models, different types of algorithms, supervised machine learning algorithms are there. So I am just going to train the machine learning models. So when something unknown comes in, so when some new data or unknown data comes in, it compares the unknown data with the known data and I am going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as supervised learning. The machine learning model learns in the presence of a supervisor or a teacher. Labeled data points or known data points. Clear? So this is what is called as supervised learning. So pictorially from this picture you can just understand. So what do you mean by supervised learning model? So I know these are apples, known data points. They are given as inputs to the machine learning model. Known data points or labeled data, whatever you call. They are given as inputs to the machine learning model. So when something unknown or new comes in, it compares the unknown data with the known data and we are going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as supervised machine learning model. Clear? If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate. And the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. 2nd June, this is the last date for internship registration. Please hurry up. So till this part, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear. So I just gave an introduction to machine learning and what are all the important terminologies. So whenever I am going to develop any kind of, I am going to discuss with you about different types of libraries and machine learning algorithms. So I should know, so what are all the important terminologies used in machine learning and what are all the important real-time applications of machine learning. So I just started with supervised machine learning. So what do you mean by supervised machine learning model? And under supervised machine learning, I told you, right, I have two different types of supervised machine learning. One is called as a classification problem and one more is called as a regression problem. So what do you mean by a classification problem? So I want to classify things. Say for example, I have blue crosses and green circles. So I am going to classify, there is a dividing line in between. I am going to classify crosses into one group and circles into second group. This is an example of classification problem. So I'm going to classify, I'm going to separate, or I'm going to distinguish them into two different groups. For example, I want to predict whether a person is going to win or he is going to lose. This is an example of classification problem. Similarly, I want to predict a person is affected by a disease or he is not affected. So whenever my output is binary categorical, then it is called as a classification problem. And there is one more type of problem, it is called as a regression problem. So what do you mean by a regression problem? Whenever my output varies in a continuous manner, a straight line kind of a thing in accordance with the input, then it is called as a regression problem. You can consider any price variation. Say for example, I want to predict the insurance prices or house prices. So at continuous instances of time, so at continuous values of x independent variable, how my dependent variable varies in a straight line kind of a thing. Whenever the relationship between my input and output is linearly varying in a straight line kind of a thing, then it is called as a regression problem. Clear with this? For example, I want to predict the student's performance, whether it is good or bad. So I want to classify something. Or say for example, I want to classify a movie review, whether it indicates a positive sentiment or a negative sentiment. So whenever my output is binary categorical, success or failure, in case of voting, I want to know a person is going to win the election or he is going to lose. Classifying things, it is called as a classification problem. So first I need to look at the type of problem. Accordingly, I can go for different types of supervised machine learning models. Clear with this? So what do you mean by the supervised machine learning model? And the second type of machine learning is unsupervised machine learning. So what do you mean by this unsupervised machine learning? From the name you can just understand what do you mean by supervised machine learning and what do you mean by unsupervised machine learning. So what do you mean by this unsupervised machine learning? Whenever the machine learning model learns by itself, so I have only the raw data points, unlabeled data. So whenever I am talking about unsupervised machine learning, unlabeled data, this is the important technical term you should understand. The raw data points or unlabeled data, they are given as inputs to the machine learning models, and the machines, they are going to find the pattern hidden inside the data, and we are going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as unsupervised machine learning model. For example, I have a collection of different shapes. So I have circles, triangles, squares. So all these are unlabeled data or raw data points. From this unlabeled data, all these are given as inputs to the machine learning models. I can go for different types of machine learning algorithms. So I can go for k-means algorithm, clustering algorithm. So you can see I have a collection of different types of shapes, mixture of different types of shapes. There is no label. I don't know this is circle or this is square or this is triangle. I have a collection of different shapes. All these are given as input to the machine learning model. From the raw data points, unlabeled data points, the machine learning model finds the pattern hidden inside the data and we are going to get the correct prediction result. I am going to classify circles into one class, squares into second class and triangles into the third class. Clear? Unlabeled data points. So this is the important technical term you should understand. So whenever I am talking about unsupervised machine learning, unlabeled data points or raw data points, this is the important technical term you should understand. It is given as input to the machine learning model. So the machine learning model finds the pattern hidden inside the data and it is going to classify them into different groups. The circles, they are classified into group 1 and squares, they are classified into group 2 and triangles, they are classified into third group. This is what is called as unsupervised machine learning model. And we have two different types of unsupervised machine learning. One is called as a clustering problem, clustering technique, and one more is called as an association technique. Clear? So similar to supervised machine learning model, so I was discussing with you about two different types of supervised machine learning. One is called as a classification problem and one more is called as a regression problem. Similarly, in case of unsupervised machine learning, I have two different types of unsupervised machine learning. One is called as clustering and one more is called as association. Yeah, yes, regression is used for determining whatever price values you want to determine, so you can go for regression. So what do you mean by clustering problem? Clustering them, crowding them or grouping together. So similar data points are crowded together or grouped together or clustered. Clustering, it is the important technical term you should understand. They are clustered into different groups. As I was telling you, right? So I can consider a collection of different shapes, mixture of different shapes, or I can consider a mixture of different sized balls. Unlabeled data, raw data points. So whenever I'm going to talk about unsupervised machine learning, unlabeled data points or raw data points. It is the important technical term you should understand. I am going to group them into different clusters. For example, orange crosses. Similar data points are crowded together or grouped together into different clusters. This is what is called as clustering problem. For example, I am having different sized balls. I am going to cluster them into different groups, crowding together or grouping together, collecting the similar groups. For example, I have different sized balls. Say for example, these are small sized balls and these are medium sized balls and these are large sized balls. So I am just going to cluster them. So all these are given as inputs to the machine learning model, unsupervised machine learning model. And I am going to cluster them into different groups. For example, small size. So I have a collection. So all these are mixed. So I don't know these are small size balls or these are medium size balls or large size balls. So I have a collection of different sized balls or different colored balls, whatever you can call. I have red colored balls, green colored balls. So I am going to group them into different clusters. Similar data points are grouped into different clusters. Clear? So this is an example of clustering problem. So clustering or crowding together or grouping together, whatever you can call. So technically you call unlabeled data points or clustered into similar clusters. This is an example of unsupervised machine learning. So without any supervisor or teacher, only the raw data points are given as input to the machine learning model. From the machine learning model, the machines learn by themselves and they are going to make some important predictions. And there is one more type of unsupervised machine learning. It is called as an association problem. So what do you mean by association? I am trying to relate things, associate. For example, customer 1, he is getting some 4 products. Bread, milk, fruits, wheat. And customer 2, he is coming in, he is getting some 4 products. Bread, milk, rice and then butter. So based on the purchase pattern of 2 customers, I am trying to find the relationship or associate. I am trying to find the relationship between the purchase pattern of 2 customers. So when someone new comes in, I am going to get the correct prediction result. So for example, you can see customer 1, he is getting milk along with bread. And customer 2, you can see he is getting milk along with bread. So when a new customer comes in, he is going to purchase bread. I am going to say he is going to get milk along with bread. So how I am predicting? I am associating. Just as how human brains, they are going to connect. We are going to find the patterns, association. What do you mean by association? Trying to relate things. I am going to connect the purchase pattern of 2 customers. Find the relationship between the purchase pattern of 2 customers. So when someone new comes in, I am going to get the correct prediction result. This is what is called as association. Clear? So when 2 people, they are going to get milk along with bread. So when someone new comes in, he is more likely to get milk along with bread. This is an example of association problem. Clear? What are all the different types of unsupervised machine learning technique? The first one is a clustering technique. So I am going to group the unlabeled data points into similar groups. And the second one is an association problem. I am trying to find the purchase pattern of 2 customers. So when someone new comes in, I am going to get the correct prediction result. And third type of machine learning is the reinforcement learning. So what do you mean by reinforcement learning? So based on hit and trial method, I'm going to train the machine learning model again and again. So when it is going to predict correctly, it is going to get rewards. Otherwise, the machine learning models will be punished. Clear with this? This is an example of reinforcement learning. Clear? So all these are the different types of machine learning. The first one is a supervised learning. So under supervised machine learning, I have two different types of supervised machine learning. One is called as a classification problem and one more is called as a regression problem. And under unsupervised machine learning, I have two different types of unsupervised machine learning. One is called as clustering and one more is called as association problem. And third type of machine learning is the reinforcement learning. So based on hit and trial method, so I'm going to train the machine learning model again and again till I'm going to get the correct prediction result. This is an example of reinforcement learning. Till this part, whatever I'm speaking, everything is clear. Any doubts so far? So next I'm going to discuss with you about the process involved in the machine learning. So what are all the different steps involved in machine learning? So how I'm going to do? So as I was telling you, right, I'm going to collect the data. I'm going to extract the features. What are all the features hidden inside the data? And I'm going to get the correct prediction result. So what are all the different steps or process involved in the machine learning? The first step is the data collection phase. I am going to collect the data from various sources. After collecting the data, the next step is the data preparation. What do you mean by data preparation? I want to check for null values or duplicate values. I want to clean the data. Only when I provide good quality data to the machine learning model, the model will be trained properly and I am going to get the correct prediction result. And the third step is the model fitting. So I am going to train the machine learning model. After extracting the features, after cleaning the data and extracting the features, I am going to train the machine learning model. Model fitting. So after training and prediction, the fourth step is the model evaluation. So how well my machine learning model has predicted. So I am going to consider various evaluation metrics like accuracy score and confusion matrix. I am going to predict how well my machine learning model has predicted. Model evaluation. And the fifth step is the hyperparameter tuning. So I am going to get the feedback signal. A portion of my output is given as input. Again the machine learning model will be trained and I am going to get the correct prediction result. Clear with this? What are all the different steps? All these are the 5 important steps involved in the process of machine learning. The first step is the data collection phase. For solving any kind of real world problems, if I want to predict any sort of disease, or if I want to predict the climatic conditions, or I want to know if a person is going to win or lose, or whatever may be the problem, I want to collect the data from various sources. Data set collection. After collecting the data, the second step is the data preparation. I am going to prepare the data. Null values, or if I want to do some sort of encoding. So all this happens in the data preparation phase. The third step is the model fitting. So I am going to train the machine learning model. Based on the training given, the machine learning models they are going to predict, and I am going to evaluate the performance of my machine learning model. How well my model has performed, and hyperparameter tuning. So all these are the different steps involved in the machine learning process. Clear with this? Till this part, whatever I am speaking, everything is clear. So all these are the different libraries that are required for our development. The first one is the Pandas library. The next one is the Numpy, numerical Python. For doing any kind of mathematical operations, I require this Numpy library. And Matplotlib and Seaborn. For doing data visualization task, I require this Matplotlib and Seaborn Library and SKLearn Library. In order to evaluate the performance of my machine learning model, I require this SKLearn Library. So with the help of all these types of libraries, I am going to do the machine learning development. So whatever I told you, right? I want to solve any type of real world problems. So I require all these libraries for doing any kind of machine learning development. With this, I am just stopping today. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. 2nd June, it is the last date for internship registration. Please hurry up. If you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for machine learning internship program. Welcome ML. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, lecture notes, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days and if you pay ₹100, you will be receiving a webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving a webinar certificate as well as a participation certificate. Alright. Any doubts? With this, I am just stopping. You want me to explain reinforcement learning. So what do you mean by reinforcement learning? So based on the training given to the machine learning model, so I am going to train the machine learning model again and again till I am going to get the correct prediction results. This is what is called as reinforcement learning based on hit and trial method. Any doubts? Yes, image classification can be done using this. Neural networks, convolutional neural networks can be used for image classification task. Hyperparameter tuning. So based on feedback signals, error signals, it is given as input to the machine learning models. And the model will be trained again till we get the correct prediction results. Unsupervised learning. So in case of unsupervised learning, the unlabeled data points are given as inputs to the machine learning model. From the unlabeled data points, it is grouping them into different clusters. In case of reinforcement learning, I am going to train the machine learning model again and again till I get the correct prediction result. Any more doubts? Animate sync. So if you want to do image classification, so you can go for CNN, convolutional neural network models. clustering and association. In case of clustering, I'm going to group the similar data points into different clusters. Whereas in case of association, I'm going to compare the purchase pattern of two different customers. So based on comparison, I'm going to predict what a third customer is going to buy. Tomorrow I will be starting with different types of libraries that are required for our development. So I will start with Pandas and what are the other types of libraries that are required for our development. Any more doubts? Model fitting, it is nothing but training the machine learning model. It is called as model fitting. Any more doubts? Divya, hyperparameter tuning, it is nothing but a feedback signal or error signal. So based on the feedback signal, I am going to train the machine learning model again and again in order to get the correct prediction results. Model evaluation, how well my machine learning model has evaluated. It is a performance measurement. It is called as model evaluation. Vinay Kumar. First, we need to look at the type of problem. Animation. So based on the type of problem, you have to go for different types of algorithms. Whether it is a classification problem or whether it comes under regression problem. So accordingly, you have to choose the machine learning model or machine learning algorithm. Clear? All right. Remaining things we will see tomorrow. Same time.